So you are tuned in to Code Red with Support District Radio. I am O Honey Rollins.
And it's your girl, Rita Ree.
And we are excited to be here. We just had to, start over fresh and sound rejuvenated, because I feel like we wasn't really, rejuvenated. I know. So, again, how was your week, girl?
My week was good, girl.
Awesome.
Good. Lovely. Blessed.
And how you feeling, especially since your birthday is tomorrow?
You know what? I'm thankful.
You thankful?
That's all I gotta say.
You made it to 30 Hags, yeah.
She trying to give me extra years. I made it to 28.
Well, you still gotta make it, girl. We still got a whole some hours to go.
Well, Lord willing, I made it.
Yes,
right.
You did, girl. We're gonna speak it into existence.
That's right.
Yes,
how was your week?
Excited. My week was, you know what? It kind of went by fast because my busy season has ended. As of Wednesday, December 7th, working with these old people, trying to get them health insurance or whatnot. So it has slowed down a bit. Thursday was straight. It went by fast. And yesterday, it was just slow as ever. But it's cool. Really no complaints. I'm excited for tonight's Christmas party. I've never been to a Christmas party before as an adult that I can remember.
So you're excited?
I'm very excited.
I'm excited
and
too. I don't
can't
think
wait.
I have either. Really, I don't be doing much around the holidays,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you say. But yeah, I'm excited. But I do want to tell you happy early birthday. We about to be lit tonight, girl.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have a special guest coming in, Mr. Jordan Taylor. We ran into him at the Hip Hop Music Festival a few weeks ago in November. And he was dope. I really was walking through the crowd and he was performing and I just stopped hold on, what this young fella doing over here?
And it's that feeling when you it's almost like you get drawn into it. Oh, this is real talent right here.
Exactly. So. It's captivating.
Yeah.
So I stopped and I'm like, hold on. And I did, I was so busy running around or whatever. So I happened to see him afterwards. I got his contact information and he coming through today. And I appreciate it because I haven't had a conversation with him yet. It's just been small talk here about, coming on the show. But I'm excited to hear him as a person. So we going to get into his music and what he got going on, what he got planned, especially for the new year. And then we're just going to, talk like we do. We got a couple topics. Rita, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Girl, talk.
We got a couple topics that we're going to discuss with you. And what are those topics, Sarita?
Oh my God. She about to throw out the whole government.
Right.
It's Rita.
Rita.
Don't even call me Sarita.
Okay, my bad.
Oh my goodness.
My bad.
But no, we do have a couple topics today. We are going to kind of briefly go over the story of can you kind of
it's really touching bases on, we're talking about mental issues, a mental issue.
Yeah.
Being able to detect it and then having a mental issue, how does it affect you? And then we're going to get into a story where a 15-year-old boy killed his classmate after they was smoking pot. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's being tried as an adult. So we're going to get into that. We're also going to talk about the abortion law that's being passed in Ohio and a couple different states as well. Just touch on.
We're going to get a little serious
today. But, we're going to keep it fun. We're going to keep it light. And we're going to just throw random stuff at you. As per usual. So, nothing out the ordinary. But definitely we're going to have fun because it's Rhea's birthday weekend. You know how that go.
Hey, you got any stories for us? Any scenarios?
Do I got a story? No, but you do. Did you go on a date?
Oh. Well, yes, I did go on a date Sunday last week.
Okay, what happened, girl?
It was cool. It was cute. We went to the casino. We had breakfast over there and gambled just a little bit. We ain't gambling for real. I wasn't gambling for real. But it was cool until I just got uncomfortable. When somebody makes you uncomfortable and then it just kind of makes it awkward after a little bit?
Yes.
For one, he's a smoker.
Smoker like marijuana?
Cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
And he had just smoked a thick black and mild.
So cigarettes blacks?
Down to the plastic. And as he's sitting down losing his money, I'm watching him lose his money. I didn't came up like $80. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to cash out.
Yes.
And I'm standing up while he's sitting down, and he, puts his arm around me, and he like pulls me in for a hug. So I'm not going to be like, oh, don't touch me. So I hug him, and then he attempts to kiss me. I was like, oh my goodness.
He said, baby girl, let me kiss me.
Let me get a kiss. I was like, back up. I don't like it.
Girl,
Pineapples.
you straight smoothed him. You straight
I hit the
smoothed him.
Matrix.
The Matrix on him, trying to kiss you. Heck no, that's crazy. I'm not really into kissing either, but I remember us having a conversation prior that you told me kissing was okay.
I was messing with you.
See, that's what I be saying. You be shooting the BS with me, and I be dead serious because people try to kiss me, and I be like, nah, bro.
What if they just can't control themselves? And they
well, you need to get a grip on your life and control yourself.
That's something we could talk about too. That's
self-control. That's a good one too. You absolutely right.
You need to have that. If you're over 25 and ain't got no self-control, that's a problem.
To what extent, though? Self-control as far as what? Like just sexually, or just like anger, or
all of it?
All of it.
Yeah. If you can't control your I want to say your lusts, your desires, things you messing around and you shouldn't really be, or
if you can't control,
you flipping out when somebody gave you the wrong order at the restaurant, you ready to jump across the table and fight. Like it's.
Well, hold on, pause. Are you talking about me? Because I do get irritated very quickly.
You get irritated, but when you address it, it's not like in a mean and nasty manner that's going to provoke a fight. Like, some people don't have self-control. You just flip your lid.
Yeah. No middle ground.
No middle ground. I ain't got no middle ground.
I was about to say, you said you ain't got no middle ground. I really don't either.
But I have a lot of patience.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah.
It takes a lot for my lid to flip off.
Yeah.
So,
we gonna have to come back on that, because you might have to explain how you have patience with no middle ground, because that sounds like patience is the middle ground. You know what I mean?
Look, I might have a mental illness. Who knows? I might be crazy.
You know what? We're going to get into it. We're going to get into some music, and then we're going to get into it because it's very touchy. And I feel like, honestly speaking, I feel like everybody has a slight hint of a mental illness. Seriously, it's just triggers and self-control. As you mentioned, it's everything build up, and you don't know what day or what time is anybody's breaking point. Yeah. But everybody has one.
Yeah, that's
for sure. Real. So we're going to have fun with it today. I'm happy to be here. I really am. And I can't wait for this party tonight. I'm going to go get my ugly sweater. Already, I can't be ugly all the way.
Excited.
Like, I'm ugly cute. Like,
you just gonna have an ugly sweater. Stop it.
It's really not gonna be ugly. It's really gonna be very fashionable, I'd say.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna have fun with it. So we're gonna get into some music real quick, and then we're gonna come back and jump into these topics. Give me a beat.
Give me a beat. About some topics for the day, and one topic in particular we were going to touch on is how to address or approach or really just identify somebody that might have a mental illness, mental instabilities of some sort. So and actually before we get started, our guest has arrived, and he is going to chop it up with us. Go ahead and
Jordan
introduce
Taylor,
yourself.
I am present. I wasn't sure if I was going to get an official introduction. By the way, my name's Jordan Taylor. I'm in the building, man. Happy to rock with y'all.
All right. Well, good afternoon to you, Jordan.
Happy to have you.
Yes, excited to have you. It's always good to have a male's point of view, POV.
Keep it balanced.
Yes,
keep
definitely.
it balanced.
Got to balance out the estrogen.
Y'all can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Good? All right.
We got you.
All right now. All right. So, Jordan, have you ever dealt with someone who either you felt like they had a mental illness or you knew?
Yeah, I think, man, honestly, I probably got an interesting perspective on this, because, like, when you talk about mental illness, like, a lot of people, for example, will say, the veterans that come back home, they come back with mental illness. And I think what's more common that people are starting to realize is people growing up in bad situations. Maybe you've seen violence as a young person. And so you know, especially people in the hood, like maybe they have mental illnesses. And I even take it back further than that. Like, I believe that everybody has stuff that's wrong with them. Mm-hmm. Like, I believe that, like, we're in a fallen world. Like, stuff doesn't work out the way it's supposed to. Like, nothing is right with anybody. Right. My personal opinion. So I'm like, I feel like everybody is not got a couple screws loose. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And to
right.
the side. There you go.
And to the side.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that sounded a lot better.
And try those.
There we go.
Try those.
We're going to try. We're going to swap these out?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as far as like dealing with mental illness, I'm like, I think that's that's an interesting, I don't know, thing to investigate. I think just dealing with people, because I feel like everybody got stuff that's wrong with them. Like everybody got a couple screws loose.
And it's going to be certain things that trigger it as well.
Mm-hmm. I honestly think 3 out of 5 people you come into contact with more than likely has some type of mental instability, whether it's diagnosed or undiagnosed. Mm-hmm. And and I find myself like, you know, I'd be joking, oh, the crazy coworker, like I really had to like repent, like, Lord, I'm sorry, because at the end of the day, you don't know what that person has been through.
Exactly.
Or what they've experienced, what they've seen. And that is probably the root of the issue. So,
yeah.
And it's hard to address it sometimes because a lot of people do come off as insensitive.
And some stuff might not come out. Like it might be like a certain situation that you're in. A homie of mine said, like metaphorically, it's like a tea bag. Like a tea bag just sitting in cold water, it's not going to come out. But you boil the tea bag, then you see what's inside of it. So it might be a certain situation you get put in, and that might be a trigger.
Exactly.
You know, like the veterans come back, they might hear a firecracker going off. We supposed to be celebrating 4th of July for them, and they at home, you know, wilding out.
Exactly.
You know, just off the sound. So, you know, I think different situations can draw out.
Yeah, and that's so true. And it's crazy because it's crazy. Look, but it is crazy because a lot of times people either ignore it or I want to say just kind of write it off like, oh, he tripping or she tripping. Like, no, they might need some help.
Definitely. And so what would be something like when you come across people, even in relationships or, you know, workspace relationships as well, what would be something that you would analyze to think like she a little bit off her rocker?
Listening to them talk or watching their actions, like hearing them say certain things or, for example, there's somebody that I come in contact with daily at work and just seeing her on certain different days, I'm like, oh yeah, like it's a real
like what? Like
illness. Like
what she be doing? Like I need the example. Like what
give us a small example.
Okay, for example, one week, and I could tell, I don't know, maybe it was a lapse in the medication or something. It was just completely off. So when I say like her personality was like in a manic mode, it was. So it'll be like certain things like she'll come over and talk to you. She's at your desk, but she's like standing up on you really close. So it's like, okay, can you back up? Don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
Is that in order? You know what I'm saying? Certain things you're like, whoa. Or
I get turned violent real fast. Like,
you're like, whoa, like, okay, like, my bad, something that triggered it.
Yes.
Telling you what to do. Something that might give me an inclination. You have been in an abusive relationship.
Yes.
And she has mentioned that and said that. So, all right, that lets me know that could be the reason why you have this issue. You know what I'm saying? So certain things, and I think it's really just a matter of paying attention to people, especially if it's somebody that you're coming into contact with often. Whether or not they come off crazy or seem crazy, you got to be that person to be like, all right, maybe this isn't their real.
Yeah, give them a pass. Like,
right.
I'm going to just.
Something you can't even take certain things to heart. And she'll say stuff and be like, oh, I'll cuss you out. But, you know, something's not quite right.
But also say something to you like that you've gotten to know her enough. That says something about you. That you're willing to kind of bear with her.
Yeah.
And, okay, I'm going to give her a pass. Had that been somebody else, it could have been a different situation. But, she's like that, so I'm going to adjust if she wild out like that.
Yeah, and it really took us a while to adjust. And even jokingly, we'll be like, hey, girl, did you take your medication this morning? Like,
And it's crazy because in situations like that, it could be a trigger for a trigger. Like you said something to trigger her, and her response, "Don't tell me what to do." Like that could come off smart
and be like, I can tell you what to do.
Like, you in my space, get out my space, because you triggering something for me right now. Mm-hmm. So it can be a trigger for a trigger, but somebody has to be the bigger person to be like, okay, who's more
who has self-control.
You know what I'm saying? Self-control again, as you stated. So like, even when you're in a dating situation where you're dating people and they just you're asking questions and they're explaining or telling about themselves, their past and whatnot, certain stuff can be a red flag. Like, okay, no, you real aggressive,
right?
You're really angry just talking about a situation that's from your past. So apparently we know that's a trigger. That's a soft spot for you.
That's still an open wound.
So what was those questions that you pulled up and was like, these are questions that you should ask to identify a little bit to see if they have some type of mental illness?
Yeah, we're going to call these probing questions.
Yeah.
So these are, just some questions to really ask to kind of give you a feel based on their answers if they really might have some type of mental instability. Let me get back to it really quickly. One is, do you have difficulty sleeping either too much or too little? Okay, hold on, wait, let me go back to the question. Do you have difficulty sleeping either too much or too little? Do you know somebody that they might stay up all night or they're always asleep? Mm-hmm. That's either depression or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's certain stuff that you have to identify and be like, what's going on?
What's wrong with you?
Something is not right. Mm-hmm. For you to be sleeping or just, energy is not, we're off somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't have enough rest. You have anxiety about something. Like, what's going on? And you have to, I feel like it also takes a lot of patience for you to sit down and talk to somebody and really get to know them. And hear what they have to say. Because a lot of people already tell you their issues up front and you just sitting there supposed to listen are not aware. You're not receiving it and perceiving it how you should be. So people come to you just randomly. And I've known you've experienced this plenty of times. People come to you randomly and just want to tell their life story. And it's like, honey, I don't know you. Like, you want to keep this stuff to yourself?
Yeah. And it'd be like, maybe it's to the point where if they don't talk about it, it's going to drive them crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's probably already driven them crazy. So now it's like, okay, I have to talk about it.
It's like a release for them.
Yeah. And another question, and I actually, these questions alone were really good to me. Mm-hmm. Have you been sad or depressed for a long period of time? Now, everybody deals with stuff and, has a grieving season. Mm-hmm. But if you're constantly in a state of grief or always sad about something, that also could be a sign of depression.
But I mean, that's kind of a weird question to ask because most people who are depressed, they're in denial that they're depressed. Mm-hmm. So if you can ask, like, are you depressed or have you been depressed before? They're going to say no. That's a off rip. Some people don't even know they're going through depression and they are. Mm-hmm. So that's something that you can't just ask a blatant question like that.
You kind of have to do a roundabout, like, well, how do you, like, you know what I'm saying? How do you feel on a day-to-day type of thing? Mm-hmm. Are you always at a high, at a low? Is there a middle ground?
Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking, but when you talk about that, it just kind of remind me of the whole Kanye situation a little bit. I guess he had checked himself in. Mm-hmm. So from the outside, you look at him like, man, he got everything.
Right.
But maybe still felt empty inside,
Definitely.
Just kind of interesting. So I think people deal with depression differently. Mm-hmm. Like maybe he go buy something and maybe that wasn't working. Or maybe I don't know, whatever.
And it could be
I'm not
seasonal.
sure the details about his situation, but, I know that's interesting.
Yeah, and
he's
that's
probably got
so
a
true.
lot more than what other people have, but yet still he deals with depression.
He lost his mom, and they were saying that he was mourning, over the time frame because around that time he, lost his mind, so to speak, was also the same time frame that he buried his mother. So a lot of stuff and honestly, when you're dealing with death, and especially of a parent or a loved one, it takes years to really deal with it. And it probably you never really get over it, honestly.
I feel like years. It could take decades because a lot of people suppress these feelings that they have nowadays.
It's too much to deal with at once.
It's too much to deal with at once, but a lot of people, you have to take into consideration, a lot of people are standing strong for their peers, for people around them, so they don't deal with the emotion at all. And then one day it's overwhelming and you can't control it because you try to bury it, or just put it off. I wouldn't say bury it because you never want to really bury a situation, that you're losing a loved one, but you just try to put it off and try to be strong for everybody around you. Kanye situation, I got these fans, I got a wife, I got children, people looking at me all the time, and
you're a black man.
And you're a black man. And I feel like sometimes these celebrities, and not just him, I feel like they putting up some type of facade to look so perfect. And when you now have a breakdown, this is real life. And you see how many people was in your corner, how many people talking negative about you. And these are supposed to be people that was by your side.
Right.
When you all up, everything going good, you taking them shopping, we on tours, going to Paris, and we doing all this. Everything is good to say. But now, when you having a real situation, it's like, oh, this dude crazy. Yeah, he checked himself into the mental health, the mental institute, and he needs to get himself together. You know what I'm saying? But what type of friend are you going to be? Are you going to be there to help him get himself together? Because apparently, I feel like it could be just as simple as a conversation.
Yeah.
Because it's stuff that's just been,
buried so deeply.
And you've never got a chance to voice it.
If you just speak life into somebody, it's like, look, we need you here. Like, despite what you're feeling, what you're going through, like, we need you here. More than, there's people depending on your life to give them life.
Yes, so that's exactly, and that's a good way that you would word it, because as I just stated, people are depending on, he's a person, and I don't want to just generalize it and just, put it all on him. But even just people, everyday people, me, myself, I have people depending on me. And it could be to survive, your livelihood. It could be financially. It could be, sunshine in the morning, to give you my smile. Like, you know what I'm saying? It can be a small little thing, but that stuff can be so overwhelming at one point in time, because it's like I'm trying to satisfy everybody and you can't.
Nope. By any means.
You can't.
No.
That's good perspective.
And it's unfortunate because a lot of people don't kind of step outside of everything that's going on in their mind, in their life. And it's like almost out of selfishness. You're not hearing when somebody's crying out to you, like somebody say, oh, I feel like itch today. It's like, oh, well, why? Like, talk to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It might be deeper than what I know or what you're telling me. So
exactly. Absolutely right.
That's some real life stuff. Real life stuff.
I'm trying to keep it light, but when I get to preaching, I get to saying facts, and I'm like, I'm on a go. I can't be stopped.
A rant.
Real rant.
And to kind of go back to the questions, another one we have is, do you ever do things without knowing why you did them? That's scary.
Well, not really, because I do stuff I don't know why I did it, and why I do it because the Lord moved me to.
That's a good answer. I be doing dumb stuff. Look, I just do dumb stuff. So I be like,
man, I feel like my stuff, anything I do is calculated, man.
Yeah.
I would be just doing stuff.
That's good.
I can't relate to that.
Maybe
one.
I got a problem because I be doing stuff.
What you mean? Just like just touching stuff?
Touching stuff, doing stuff, can't pay attention. Like, oh. Like the other day, I poured my brother a glass of water, right? I pissed him off. He asked me to give him some water. So I grabbed the cup, went to the fridge, put the ice and the cup in the water, and I went to my phone at the charger, put the cup down. And he's looking
in the middle of a whole action that you were doing, you stopped and did something else. Yes.
I put the cup down next to me, looking at my phone. He's looking at me like, so can I get my water? I'm like, what are you looking at? He's like, my water, Rita, my water. I'm like, oh. My bad.
It's just scatterbrain. Like,
you're
you
human,
got scatterbrain.
You know what I mean? You're human.
Look, and that's a mental illness.
It is. It's not
ADD.
It's not as bad as other ones,
right?
As things could be.
Let me ask y'all this, man. Since y'all posed the question, what do you think the answer is? Because I see commercials all the time. Mental illness. You deal with depression. You deal with suicidal thoughts. Go ahead and take these pills.
I think it needs to come back down to spirituality, and everybody has a different belief, but at the end of the day, God is real. And I don't feel like it's up for debate. You know what I'm saying? You got to find that center, that balance. Mm-hmm. Because if you're steady looking to other people to feel better or to get a better sense of self, it's not going to work like that. That vertical relationship has to really be solidified.
100. And I like for example, we looking at Kanye as a case study. Now I ain't trying to pick on this man at all, but just because people are kind of familiar with his situation and watched him for years, like you look at him, and I just feel like, man, if I knew Kanye, like I would pull him to the side.
Like, bruh.
Like I'm sure Jay-Z probably did. Like, bro, you wildin'. Like, why you wild out on Sway like that? Like, why do you feel like Nike's not giving you a fair? Like, why do you just? It's not your worth as a man is not dependent upon how other people accept you or accept your art, or they didn't like the Yeezys, they didn't want to put out the Red Octobers, or you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you worth so much more than like what other people, these gatekeepers that could care less about you or the culture that's just trying to profit off your art have to say. You know what I mean? And like you said, that spirituality, like, man, if you realize that you're made in God's image and that alone is your worth, then you're not going to be depressed based off of external circumstances, because you got an eternal circumstance. You feel me?
Absolutely right. Amen. Amen. That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right.
Preaching
right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's what I put my hope in. So like when you was talking about like depression and stuff, I mean, I think those are real situations, and I feel like ever since, like to take it back spiritually, like ever since Adam and Eve sinned, like everything has been corrupted. So like every part of our existence, like you mentioned, that vertical relationship between us and God, and horizontally between us and other people, like everything is messed up. And so we all deal with some sort of incompleteness.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, that's like the new definition of being human, is having stuff wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nobody's perfect. And
whether you wild out on somebody in a situation, or whether you just, you know, forget what you was doing and your brother looking at you like, yo, what happened to that glass of water you was,
right. I mean, and I said that earlier too. Everybody has a little bit of, I want to say, instability. You're just unstable a little bit in every circumstance. And it doesn't, I mean, and you don't have to take it as something negative. Right. Totally.
You take it for what it is. Accept it, address it.
Yeah.
And keep it
and just grow from it. That's what I say.
Yeah.
You can grow from any especially negative circumstances, but you have to accept that you have it,
right? And
then you're gonna grow from that. I mean, I remember a wise man told me, you know, it's just better for you to accept your wrongs, admit to them, and you're gonna grow from them. But then when you live in denial, or when you ignore them, live in denial, and you just feel like no wrong or no right, or not no right, but no wrong is on your behalf, you're not going to get too far.
Nope.
At all.
Nope.
So, you have to look at yourself in the mirror, because a lot of times it's just you causing negative energy to just wrap around you completely. You bring it your direction because you're a negative person. Why you a negative person? Because you never opened up and accepted the guilt that you have. You have to grow from every situation, good or bad, I say.
Yeah.
What's the next question?
Preach.
But, hey, real quick before that next question, please consult a physician. Real talk before you start getting these pills. And
right. But honestly, I think that's the thing,
medicated,
though.
Man.
But that's the thing. We all, and I'm, from the pharmacy field. At the end of the day, these physicians, I hate to say it, they don't care about you. Every time they write a prescription, they're getting paid. Hey, your head hurts? I got a drug for that. Hey, you feeling crazy today? I got something that. Oh, you almost killed yourself? I got something for that.
I mean, but we have to think about it in their education. the education that they've been taught is to prescribe.
Yeah.
So if that's what they've been taught, then that's what they're going to do. And it's just, you have to step out on a different route to, we're going to do a spiritual mediation that can help this or whatever. You have to, when you go that certain route, you then go to those certain doctors. You know what I'm saying? But if that's all you know is writing script, that's all you know. But at the same time, it's people who put so much trust in these doctors. And you have to keep that in mind. They just writing scripts to get paid, writing scripts to get paid. I talked to a man yesterday because I'm in the medical field as well. And he was upset because he's like, what is insurance for if I have this medication and y'all only paying 50% of the cost? I'm like, sir, that's exactly how insurance works. You pay a portion and we pay a portion. It's simple. And he's like, well, I mean, you guys need to pay more of a portion because, we're living off Social Security. First of all, you're categorizing yourself. You're putting yourself in everybody's situation. You're living off of your Social Security. Everybody else may have, are not on, they may have a backup, or maybe they have pensions. They have a larger Social Security check than you are with that you're drawing. So everybody is not in the same circumstance as you. So I then said, apparently you're having financial difficulty paying for a medication. You can talk to your doctor and they can put you on a different one that may be less of a cost.
Generic.
He said, I did talk to my doctor. She said the crap that the insurance company is trying to put him on is worse than whatever medication. First of all,
it's probably cheaper and they're not getting paid as much.
Exactly.
Point blank period.
And he want to put the blame on the company. So he's talking about financial responsibilities and whatnot. I'm like, listen, sir, maybe you can go to the Social Security office and get Medicaid or some extra help for your prescription drug costs because they have it available to you. He gets upset because I'm giving him these resources. Sir, you cannot be upset because I'm giving you resources to utilize for a problem that you are voicing to me. But his concern is that the insurance companies are corrupted and we're not doing our job because we're only paying 50% of a drug. I said, sir, you can pay the whole price of the drug. Which one?
And still pay your premium.
You have to weigh your options here. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to look to your doctor that's going to put you on any medication just so they can get paid, or whatever medication, you're not exploring all the options that's available to you, because I just gave you 2 and you shot them down because of what your doctor said. So call your doctor and tell them to give you a health plan. How about that?
And these doctors don't know nothing about insurance. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All they know is if they're not getting paid, they do not want to see you.
And I talked to and it's people who, they got to get their medications refilled. And they have to come into their doctor's office. If they call their doctor charged them $5. You mean to tell me that this is somebody you want to put your trust in, charge you for just some for doing a job? As far as, do I need a refill?
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? This is BS.
Yep. And I do know someone who was diagnosed with schizophrenia. And instead of she does take some medications, but instead of taking so much medication, she really got into church, got into the Lord and was like, okay, I'm trying to find ways to get help aside from the medical field, what the medical field is doing to me. So they really looked at it, was like, okay, well, we're going to preach and teach you, and offer deliverance. And it's like, don't think that if we're doing deliverance that everything is done in one day. This is going to be a process for the rest of your life. This is like peeling an onion. You know what I'm saying? There's layers to it. And we're going to address things from when you were young all the way up until this current age.
Yes.
And it's like, I've seen the change by the grace of God. Like, it's amazing. Like, and she was honestly hearing hundreds of voices daily is what we're being told. You know what I'm saying? And so for her to give her testimony and say that, that's not even an issue anymore.
It's dope.
God is real.
Definitely. And I talk to people all the time like that. You should definitely do your own research. If you're prescribed a medication, do your own research on it, because you can't tell me you taking a depression pill and now you thinking of thoughts of suicide, and or you taking a sleeping pill, but then in the middle of your sleep you're gonna be driving a car killing people. You know what I'm saying? These are the side effects that they say on the commercials.
That's the devil.
And these same old folks sit here and watch these commercials and hear the same thing that we hear, and then go into the office and get this medication that they just seen on the commercial.
And I'm all for natural remedies, man.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot of stuff in nature that we, could utilize and stuff. So let me just tell y'all a little testimony.
Okay. Go ahead.
Nah, but for real, like it was a time where like maybe a few months ago where I had a lot of allergies. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure, what caused it or whatever, but I had heard somebody put some on Twitter about eating local honey. Mm-hmm. And so I went and got some. We live in South Phoenix, and there's some local honey that's grown like around that area. Just straight raw honey is good. I just put it in tea. Mm-hmm. And I guess the bees and the pollination, and I don't know exactly what happened, but basically I'm able to digest the pollen better, and my immune system got boosted from it to be able to like not be nearly as allergic in the morning. So moral of the story is, if you're in South Phoenix, make sure you support your local farmers market and get you some honey.
Where is that at? We on the south side.
Hey, so I don't even know where it's at, but they sell it downtown.
Okay.
At the little markets on Saturday.
Okay. I know, that's what we need to do on Saturday morning.
It was like I could have been on some pills or this and that. It's like, man, I just eat some honey,
right?
Which happened to be really appetizing. You feel me? So,
boom, bam.
Right.
Well, really quickly, we're going to go ahead and get into some music. And when we come back, we will have our awesome guest, shine some light on everything that he's doing and give us, give us a little life with his music. So,
yeah.
Yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Code Red on Support District Radio.
My Radio Phoenix.
Usually I'll be DJing,
Okay, girl, you on, girl, you on.
Hey, hot stuff. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Code Red on Support District Radio.
My Radio Phoenix.
And we back. So before we left off, we were just, we got a little deep.
We had a little heart to heart right now.
But, I mean, honestly, real talk. It's some everyday stuff.
You can't play around with that stuff.
No, you can't. And you're going to run into somebody who's dealing with some stuff.
So I just want to add before we get into you as an artist and whatnot. I read this article. It was a little boy, actually. First off, I'm just going to ask a general question. Do you feel like minors, should they be tried depending on the crime as an adult or at all?
At all? Be tried at all?
No, as an adult, or should they just be like, should they be seeking mental help? Or because depending on it, because usually when you're tried as a crime, as an adult, it's due to the crime.
Yeah.
Some type of murder, mass murders or something like that. And I feel like if you're under the age, instead of you being in a facility with grown men, you should be into some type of mental institute. So what are y'all perspectives on that?
Man, if we talking about the criminal justice system, we need to first realize that it's a setup and it is it's fixed.
Yes.
And so anything that takes place inside the criminal justice system needs to know first and foremost that it's not built for any type of to rejuvenate you, to get you back into society,
right, or
anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for example, I got a little homie right now who's under 18 who was tried as an adult, who's in a prison now with a bunch of grown men.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if you're gonna make legislatively a difference between an adult and a minor, then it needs to be based off of age, not based off of crime.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's so many different levels of the system that it's all set for us to fail.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. I believe that too. But in that same breath, as far as minors being tried as grown adults, I feel like I really think they should be seek some mental help. Because for you to, and this is just a situation that I ran across, and this happened in Massachusetts. A 15-year-old boy, him and his friend after school, they sophomores in high school, they went to the river, smoked some weed. One of the boys ended up missing a head and some arms.
What in the hell?
His friend did that. When
you say missing,
decapitated
him and cut off his limbs.
Wow.
And this is the same guy that he was smoking weed with. So, first we gonna blame it on the weed,
Now, stop it.
That I'm just saying. First they gonna blame it on the weed, and then they gonna say, you know, if he was black, he not even black, but if he was black, they would blame it on his race. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's nitpicky at the same time. But overall, I feel like anybody who commits a crime where you killing people at a young age, you need to be looked at.
Yeah, you
need some type of attention, even spiritual healing. You know what I'm saying? You need to talk to somebody. Somebody needs to get to you really quick. And putting you in a system with grown men is not going to help the situation, regardless of the crime.
So do you feel like it's just looked at as another person lost in the system?
I feel like it.
When a child commits a crime. When
a child commits a crime, it's another person lost in the system at a young age. And we need to, what they say, these systems are supposed to help you, you know, as far as it's a punishment at the same time, but you're supposed to come out and be rejuvenated and refreshed and whatnot. But that's definitely not what it is. But even when you're into this situation as a child, I think it should be examined at a different level.
Yeah, it sounds like it's some mental stuff.
Exactly.
Limbs and stuff, but the system is not built to rehabilitate you for
all.
For anything. Like, for example, when the weed law came around in Arizona, I definitely gave it the yes, just based off the fact that anything that decriminalizes gives us a better shot than getting stuck in a system that doesn't rehabilitate.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's my opinion on it.
What you feel like? Because I talked to you about it, and you was like, you know, you always want to throw the race. People, not just you. People want to throw the race card in it. Well, if he was black, he would do this. But we're not even talking about black and white. I'm just talking about, what do you feel like is right or wrong? Do you feel like minors should be tried as adults depending on the crime?
And to kind of revisit my answer, no, I don't think they should. Regardless, they are going to be convicted. So, granted, whatever the crime was, sentence them, put them in with the other children, but they may need to be on watch, and they also need some type of mental intervention, some type of psychiatric help.
Yes, exactly. I feel the same way. I really do. Now, because I don't feel like it would do anything to a child for a 15-year-old boy to be placed in a penitentiary with grown men. Like, what would that do for them? Traumatize him. He probably gonna get raped or something. You know, it's gonna go way beyond where it started, and it could have been fixed, or you know, at least a little bit of control would have been put in place there. So as far as, you know, these minors committing crimes, of course you're gonna be, you know, punished for your crime. But, you know, during this certain 15 to 17 or 15 to your 18, you be in the juvenile institute with some type of psychiatric help or whatnot. And then you go to an adult prison when you are the age of 18. Just like anything else. I don't understand why people even do that with the crime. Depending on the crime, oh yeah, he's tried as an adult. He's going to just be, he's 14.
Yeah. In
there with a whole bunch of grown men waiting to attack. I'm in my bubble again. Yes.
Yes, but I mean, yeah.
Absolutely right.
They should. They honestly should get some type of mental evaluation and help.
On a lighter note, Jordan.
On a lighter note,
man, we getting deep right now, man.
Real deep.
Jordan, cool. Like, whoa,
cool. I'm not knocking. I'm just saying, yeah.
You know.
But I'm happy that you're here, as I stated before, definitely. And so just tell the people about, because we got Ohio listeners, we got New York listeners, we got Virginia listeners, we got DC listeners, like we around here. So we need to start from the beginning with you. Where did this start? You being an artist, the artist that you are.
Yeah. So, man, I feel like hip hop was a part of my life. I feel like I got into it late. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like right around high school time was when I gravitated to hip hop. And so, like, naturally, like, it's not just something I wanted to, like, see. Like, I always want to participate in things. Like, I'm a real, like, active type of person. So I just started freestyling, you know what I mean, in high school. In the cafeteria, we would battle, just everything. And so that's what launched this whole, you know, rap thing for me. Mm-hmm. I started recording music maybe just a few years ago. and still just trying to master the craft and enjoy it and just try to do it to the best of my ability. Moral of the story. That's it.
Okay.
I like that. And
so, what's cool is seeing y'all. I think I bumped into you at the Arizona Hip Hop Festival, and you mentioned how we got national listeners here. I think what's dope about Arizona is, especially seeing from this 3rd annual Hip Hop Festival that was just 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago,
3 weeks ago, about 3.
Yeah, is we got a lot of infrastructure in Phoenix. That a lot of national, well-known rap cities, the Atlanta, the New York, the LAs, even Chicago, like these big cities that kind of had that notoriety. We had that already in Phoenix. You know what I mean? We got My Radio Phoenix. Right. I'm gonna say that with y'all next time when we go on the break. If we time it right, I'm gonna catch it. Okay. Yeah. But we got a lot of infrastructure that these major cities have. So I'm excited to see not only what my art, but really what the city puts out as far as creating our own lane nationally. With this hip hop thing.
And you know what? I'm going to piggyback off of that because I'm not from here. And when I first got here, and I'm like, everybody's just a little weird. It's just a little off. And
what you mean?
And I say that
that's
because
what everybody says. Everybody's weird and different.
It's just different. And it don't have to be weird in a bad way.
Maybe you weird. Maybe
I'm weird.
And that could be right. That could be right. So what I'm just saying, when I throw the word weird out there, I'm not just necessarily saying it in a wrong or negative way. I'm just saying it's different.
You still think I'm weird? Look.
It's just different. Different from what I'm used to. Okay. So being in the position that I am now, it's like I'm overwhelmed with the amount of talent that is out here. And it's dope. Because before, at one point in time, people give you your CDs and people want you to listen to their music. And it's like, you listen to it and it's like, what are you talking about? What is going on? Like, no, it's just not it for me. So when I really run into artists, and like you said you was listening earlier, I was literally walking through the crowd and your energy made me stop and was like, hold on, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. That's dope and that's rare. But at the Arizona Hip Hop Festival, it's a lot of talent.
Yeah.
A lot of dope talent. And I am like surprised, honestly.
Yeah. And the best thing is it's a variety of different types of talent. Like, not everybody's just talking about the whole. And honestly, at the end of the day, ain't nobody really flipping bricks and selling. You know what I'm saying? Technology is too high tech. Your ass,
girl, people
bound to get caught. I know they are, but what I'm saying is, a lot of these dudes that are talking about it, y'all probably really not doing it.
A lot of them aren't, but a lot of them are. We don't want to. We don't want to. We not gonna knock their street cred because they definitely doing it. We've been, I've seen stuff.
But there's a lot that's talking about it, but you're not living it. So
exactly,
it's refreshing to hear music from people who are being themselves. It's refreshing.
It is.
At the end of the day.
Just to piggyback, like so you was like, y'all are weird out here. Something I try to do with my music is I take a lot of pride in the ownership of it. Like I wasn't even born here, but rep Phoenix as if I'm from here. Almost against individuals who, maybe claim something different or they're out here and, y'all are weird out here or, whatever. It's like, nah, actually, matter of fact, I'm from here and I rep it. What's up? Like this is like what it could look like. You know what I mean? And to take pride in it, I feel like, man, it's not where you from, it's where you at.
Exactly. And that's good that you take pride in it because a lot of people who are from here, they don't even represent Arizona at all. Phoenix, nothing. It's like when they outsource to a different city that's bigger and that's what's popping, Atlanta, New York, LA, something like that. That's where they want to, put their residency at. And it's like, dude, no.
But why'd you come here?
Exactly.
Why you here though?
Guarantee. I've seen it now, and it's going to ring true in a couple of years. Everybody yelling A's up at the show because they realize like, okay, we kind of got a little movement here now. Okay,
it's definitely a movement
now
here.
Now we're gonna rep it.
It's definitely a movement. It's a lot of talent, and I appreciate you for having the talent and sharing it with the world because it's definitely dope and it's definitely outside the box. And you're not just talking about regular flipping bricks and stuff that they play on the radio. It really has
depth.
Yes, it really has meaning to it. Yeah. And for real, I feel like you definitely telling a story. You're definitely trying to relate to people and get people to, you know, think outside the box and not just what you were brought up in.
Yeah. And as far as the brick talk, like I'm a fan of diverse music. So a lot of people, I was talking with someone just the other night at that show, you know, the one you didn't show up to that I was going to comp a ticket for you. Put it out there.
Shade tree.
I was talking to somebody at this show that you didn't attend to last night, and it was like, you know, we're talking about, you know, this trap rap and this mumble rap, and I'm like, man, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a place for it.
Yeah.
But when that's all this out there, I'm not with that.
Right.
And there's a notion sometimes, unfortunately, to our detriment in hip hop, where it's like the whole fake it till you make it thing. Like everybody want to be shining, everybody doing that, and I mean, that's cool if you really are, but like you said, I'm just a fan of authenticity.
Yeah.
You know, but I think hip hop at its greatest peak highlights so many different facets of our culture, not just one thing.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
So what are your, I want to say, like, what are your main influences? Who influenced you as far as
rap goes?
Yeah.
Man, I feel like I've got a lot of influences. Maybe to speak on my upcoming project, I think I'm doing something really unique. And the biggest influence would be the Roots.
Okay.
In high school, I feel like, even to this day, I feel like Black Thought of the Roots is maybe the best rapper alive.
Wow.
Definitely top 3, dead or alive. And the way that they create music that's timeless.
Yeah.
With instruments, like I still listen to the same Roots CD that I was bumping 12 years ago in high school.
Wow.
And I still rock with it. That might be my biggest musical influence, the Roots. But I mean, I'm influenced by a lot of things, man. I dropped 6 singles every first Friday last year, and I think we're going to play some of those songs a little bit later. Just to show my influence of Pac, and not even just as an artist, but like as a figure, as a black man. I feel like he's a big influence just socially. And yeah. So probably those two, probably my biggest.
Okay.
So, you know, I went on a little troll. I was looking through your social media. I was looking through.
We got a troll. I like when the trolls admit that they.
I troll. I ain't gonna have you in here and I ain't do no trolling. I definitely troll. So I want to ask you, like, just looking at pictures, a visual, I can notice a growth. So I want to ask you, what do you think your moment of growth really was that really transitioned you to where you are right now?
Man, that's a good question. I'm trying to think of the answer. Growth.
I mean, everything is growth. It could be something small.
Yeah, I think the big, okay, here we go. I got a good answer now. I think the biggest thing that influences me in a lot of ways is God. Like particularly God's word, and understanding that like there's a whole narrative that's taking place, not only like in the Bible, but like where we're at in life right now. I think that might be my biggest influence musically, as far as like the content. Like I call my stuff street conscious. You know, there's a lot of people that might coin it, you know, Christian rap, or some people just like, yo, this is dope hip hop. But I think understanding things as like a narrative, like it's not just like there's deeper meanings to the story, you know. So like my take on, you know, wealth or success, like all of that plays a part of like a certain narrative. It's not just about me. It's not just me getting something so that I could show off and be like, hey, I got this, you don't. So
Right.
I'm dope. You know what I mean?
Right.
Definitely.
Did your trolling?
So you was researching.
Yes, of course.
I prefer the term research instead of trolling. Trolls, like, man, they
Right.
tell you not to feed the trolls. Like, we keep trolls hungry over here.
Be
Trolling
doing
is the type to,
research.
you know, comment on something on your photo and say that you whack or something.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll
You didn't
switch
do
it to
that.
research.
Okay, research. I like
I'll
that.
research.
I like that.
Yeah, okay. So, we got these 3 songs here. And I'm going to play the first one. I want you to introduce it. This one is Modern Day Moses.
We got Modern Day Moses.
So before
man.
you introduce it to us, tell us, you know, where you were when you created this.
Yeah. Definitely had a designated location in the South Side. Man, Modern Day Moses, man, is for all my leaders, all my shot callers, everybody out here that's shaping the culture. and moving it as stewards over what they're supposed to do. Modern day Moses. Let's get it.
All right.
Don't support the phony. Support the real. You know what I mean? How can these people be talking about how they so real and they don't care about our community? How can they be talking about what they all this, the hood, blah, 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 blah. They don't care about our community. You know what I mean? Listen to the words that people say in their lyrics and tell me if that's some real shit, if that's real to you.
Now what I'm telling you, I'm from there. In the desert, been in it for so long. Came out the water and they want an oasis. Only fell from a rise. Do it for the people. Lead them to the promise, tell them how to go about it when I see them. They ain't trying to hear me. They ain't trying to hear me. I'm just standing there jingling the keys to the kingdom. Modern day Moses. Follow my Moses. Psychologists who got it. Do what we supposed to. Shaping the codes. Modern day Moses. Modern day Moses. We holding our own. Molding our zone. Watching all of it flourish. This is what I need to do. Lead the way and be the proof. Get with it or you get moved. Either way we getting through. Getting everything they stolen. Wearing it better than the old ones. Oh, yeah. Fixing everything that's broken. And let the world take notice. Focus. Modern day Moses. Modern day Moses. For my folk in the city with a plan in motion. Another slogan to roll with. Modern day Moses. Modern day Moses. Modern day Moses. Modern day Moses. Knowing my road, running my race. Blindfolded brother, but I run in my lane. This is what I mean, how I get with the game. I got my Converse on, I got nothing to say, but modern day Moses. 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 We inspire, we inside you. We the factors and deciders. I do it with a pen like I'm all up in your cipher. I'm a hybrid. If it's bars, then go hard. If it's sports, get yards, get yours. It's guys, and he put us all over this. And what we do on the earth, how we molding it. But one time for the educators who lead the pack with a pedagogy. And quote Pac in the class, better get to know them. And they all want it, and they the ones chosen. We the ones rolling, and we're the politics. In the businesses, they gotta get it by them dollars. And then benefit, be in the cinema, in every spectrum. We need membership, remember this. Modern day Moses. Follow my motion. Psychologists who got it. Do what we supposed to. Shaping the coach. Modern day Moses. Modern day Moses. We holding our own. Molding our zone. Watch how all of it flourish.
You know what I mean? Listen to what they saying. Don't just bob your head to the beat. Peep the game. And listen to what I'm saying. Hold us accountable for it. You know what I mean? And really, whatever. If somebody else blow up and I fade out, that's just how it's supposed to be. That's fake. And I don't got no problems with that.
Yeah.
Yes, support District Radio. My Radio Phoenix. I was waiting for you.
He tuned in.
I got it for Honey. She was late on that.
I know. I was looking like, come on, guys. Hey, guys. Hey. Yeah.
That was good. I like that. Rita, how you feel?
I like that. I like your I like your tone. You know what I'm saying? The tone and the delivery when you rapping. It's like it's coming from the diaphragm when you're talking to us. I like that. I like that.
Right on.
Okay. So you I want to ask, do you write poetry?
Nah, not really. But I'll spit a 16 like poetically.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
We might could do that a little bit later. I don't know. We might could do that on the show.
Oh.
We gonna do it on this show.
If you ready, we with it. We don't pressure. We try not to pressure rappers to freestyle.
Because
try not to pressure rappers to rap.
Some
part of the problem.
No, pressure y'all to freestyle because some rappers really they write. Like they like knowing what they gonna say.
That's like a hooper that can't dunk, man. If you can't freestyle.
Ooh.
My personal
opinion.
Ooh.
You can have that personal opinion. I'm just saying, if you can't do it,
don't act like you do
it, because you just embarrass yourself, and then I have to laugh at you, and I don't want to, but it's like horrible.
Then it's awkward when we go on breaks. Like about those Cardinals. Yeah, they lost too. They all losing. You losing. We lose. Yeah. Okay.
We out of there.
That's funny.
It's just too much. So definitely, but. I want to throw a quick question out there real quick.
What's she about to ask you?
And this is like off topic.
Trolling.
It don't have nothing to do. It's just random.
Okay.
So we were talking about that I'm from Ohio, and in Ohio and plenty other states, it has passed or they're working on passing it. This abortion law, where they can't get the abortion once the heartbeat is detected. So, like, with that just being said, what are the thoughts that you have with that?
Yeah, I got a few. One, I think is a good look because they're recognizing life where life wasn't recognized before. So I'm assuming before the law was passed, you could abort a baby even if the heart was beating.
Yes, almost up to 5 months.
That's a whole child.
I think it's dope that they are acknowledging the life of the baby. Now, you ask me what I think. I think life happens right after conception.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's like immediately, like, the little swimmer go in there, they, do his thing in the egg, and then the egg is there. I'll tell you, man, what's been dope. I'll just have a daughter, by the way.
Hey.
Zara Shakur, 4 months
I
old
noticed.
Tomorrow.
4
Adorable.
months.
You notice she was adorable?
Yes.
Let's just tell the truth right now. My Radio Phoenix. But what was dope is we got like a phone app that shows us the development of the child like the whole time. And so it go from like we call it like a little swimmer or whatever to like, forming, and then it's like got like little hands to like all of that all through the 9 months of the pregnancy. And there's a dope video online on YouTube that shows within maybe like 5 minutes like the whole evolution of a baby being formed. And I think it's a beautiful thing, man. I think it's something that we should acknowledge as life even before the heart beats. For sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
So we was talking about this last night with a group of friends, and he pointed out some interesting topics or, points of views, I would say. He then went in to mention that he doesn't feel like the government should have a say on what a woman should do with her body. Whether whether the pregnancy will harm the mother, whether the pregnancy is due to a rape case, whether the pregnancy is due to incest. Those are the only 3 stipulations that they're seeming to acknowledge where an abortion would be fit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Past the heartbeat. So it's like, he made a good point. I don't think the government should have a say in that, because I am pro-life, and I'm pro-life because I've been in a couple different places to where I'm like, if I'm not dealing with this dude like that, and stuff happen, life happens, I want to be able to make the choice to where we can handle that if it needs to be done. But then I'm on the other side of the fence. Like, I know a young lady who lost her life due to an abortion. So now I'm like, I don't think it's right. But then you have situations where people just use the abortion as a birth control. And I feel like there should be some type of limitation to it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Whether it's 1 or 2, you can only get 1 or 2 so many a year. But it should definitely be some type of stimulation, and I'm a stipulation.
1 or 2 a year, still too many.
I feel like, let me say this. What's interesting about the whole debate, and I think all those things we should be sensitive to as human beings. Rape, incest, like all the different stuff that you mentioned. But what I don't hear in the whole, government doesn't have its right to, say what can happen with the woman's body. What I don't hear is, hey, how about the life that's in the womb? And so the government, some you mentioned earlier was like the whole murder case situation. Like, the government has something to say when you kill something. And so I guess what's unique about abortion is you're dealing with 2 individuals. You're dealing with a woman, and then you're dealing with who I believe is a person in the womb, like a life that's there. But it's just interesting how when people make that debate or make that argument, they leave out the rights of the baby, who I feel is the most vulnerable one in the situation.
Right.
And he happens to bring up points where it can come to where it can affect the child, because it's like, okay, if a mother has an abortion or she's wanting to seek an abortion because she can't financially take care of the child, I say that she then has to step up to the plate and, take her responsibilities the way that they came. If you did something where you definitely want to take back or what have you, he wanted to place it as having a child is a consequence. You know, for having unprotected sex or messing with some no good guy or something. And I don't really want to place it as a consequence, but I feel like life is a blessing and it happened for a reason, of course. So it's like, but if she can't take care of the child, so she wants to abort it, and the government doesn't allow her to do so because of this law that's put into place. It's like, so now the taxpayers have to pay for this child. The child could have mental issues because the mom then neglected them, and so on and so forth. So I mean, it's a definitely a long line of things that can happen with the child. Yeah. It could affect the child. It could affect the parent. It could affect the taxpayers. You know what I'm saying?
Such is life. But I think we could find out if something's true, like based on how well we multiply it. So like in that situation, that's like any poor person saying, oh, well, that's like someone saying, well, poor people shouldn't have kids or something. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, hold on. Like, how far do we want to go? And just to get into politics a little bit, as a Democrat, I feel like something that the Democratic Party does well that's not consistent in dealing with this case is they stand up for the rights of the marginalized. And they do a great job. Well, I don't say they do a great job. They're the only party that's doing that as far as I'm concerned, out of the two-party system that we have right now. What's not consistent about that is that they're not standing up for the rights of the unborn. I feel like there is life in the womb, and they do have rights that's there. And so it's not for us to say, does that baby deserve to die based off of the situation or the feelings or the rights of the mother. Like, that's like us saying, you know, well, this person's poor and they have kids and their kids don't have new clothes, so we're going to take your kids away and put them up for adoption. I'm just exaggerating a little bit. But like, that's a good because you can't, you're not in a position to do this, or because maybe you don't want to, then we're going to take what you have away from you. Like, it's just, I just feel like it's not right. And I don't think we view it from the standpoint of the child at all.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because I don't think with the child being a child, they really have a say-so. Right. Adriana said, if a woman can't get an abortion, a man should be legally bound to the family also. It should be illegal to leave the mother and the child, leave the relationship or whatever. But you can't just leave and maybe, but you can't just, and you just can't leave and maybe pay child support. Right. Because a lot of men, first of all, a lot of men aren't paying child support, for one. Right. For two, as soon as, and like our friend mentioned last night, shout out to Q, he mentioned last night, like, we're stipulating the women, or they are, I don't want to say we, they are stipulating the women for, you know,
getting pregnant,
but these men aren't held accountable. You as a man can go and ski and herb this, that, or never, right back to back, and all these chicks can be pregnant, but all of them can't get abortions due to this law. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. And then the fact that it's when the heartbeat is detected, like, that's at 6 weeks, they say, and it's like a lot of people don't even know they pregnant at that time.
Nope.
But it's not eliminating the Plan B that they have that's available on counters or over the counter right now to this day, that anybody can just go up and get. But at the same time, I honestly feel like we should hold these adults, or even, you know, children, accountable for their actions. Yeah. Because first of all, as a child, while you out here
messing around,
look, effing and effing. While you out here effing and effing, you need to, while you want to do grown stuff,
you need to know what comes along with
it. And then when we look at it in that light, it is, you know, pictured as a being punished, like a punishment. I don't want it necessarily to be viewed as a punishment, but it's just stepping up and being responsible for the actions that you did.
And I don't think a lot of people take sex serious, honestly. Like, that's the gate between life and death. You mess around, you get with somebody that can give you something you can never get rid of, or you mess around and get with somebody, now you pregnant, you know what I'm saying? You got this kid, you have this attachment to them for life, and this is just somebody you messing with. Right. Like, didn't, you know what I'm saying? You didn't even think twice about, but it's because you didn't take it serious.
You didn't take it serious.
Not,
you didn't.
Man, it's not something to take it serious. And I feel like even because we talking about hip hop and all that, like even with music shaping culture, like sex is like a commodity or something. Mm-hmm. It's like me just going to the store, like, let me get a watch or something. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one over there.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go grab some sex from the store. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Absolutely.
Oh, you want this sword too? You want this watch too? I'll let you wear it. You know what I mean? Just like it's not
$3.99.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna pass it to you. Bring it back to me.
Right.
Yeah.
You wear it. Throw it. You need to catch it. That's it.
And I think, and honestly, like, I'm not saying this as someone who's like, let's just keep it real. Like, I've definitely lived a different life where I was participating in these type of things, you know? Mm-hmm. But I feel like as rappers, as those who are leading the culture, I feel like it's our responsibility to make things like staying with the same woman or raising your kids, make that look sexy. Like, make that be like, yeah, I'm a baller, like, I'm a boss, I'm a G, I'm real because I do this.
Right.
Instead of like, I'm real because, you know what I mean?
I'm a real nigga. Like, your kids don't even recognize you.
They don't know nothing about you at all. And just because you pick them up on holidays don't make you a good dad. No. For sure. Jose says, at the end of the day, wait a minute, gotta stop typing, sir. At the end of the day, people should stop sleeping with people you don't really know. You mess around and get baby dads, baby moms, and, you know, marriages. Wait.
Slow down.
People. But pause at Jose's comment. Definitely, people should stop messing around with people they don't know, for one. It should be taken more serious. As if you having sex with somebody, first of all, this is a spiritual transaction.
That's a good way to frame it, yo.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely a spiritual transaction, and if you don't know these people, I feel like at a certain point you're really never gonna know the real core of a person. It may take you a long time to do so, but people are sleeping with people on first nights. People, I have eye contact with you, and yesterday, tomorrow we having sex or something like that. But this is what's happening out here. Like, people is just like you said, you go into a store and grab it off the shelf. Like, you need to get to know these people. This is stuff that you have to talk about as far as mental illnesses, anger, because that stuff is passed down to the child.
What's dangerous about it is not only like you talking like STDs or whatever, but like what's dangerous about it is what can come from that, like the casualness of like a relationship that's not committed. Like, I don't know you, I'm not committed to you, I don't know nothing about you, I have no plans on being with you like long term in the future. And so, of course, like, people will gravitate to abortion because, like, that would further make me be committed to someone that I don't even know. I'm not comfortable with that.
But that's what I'm saying. At the same time, while you out here having sex all willy-nilly, and you shouldn't be using birth control like it's... you shouldn't be using abortion as it's a birth control. And you definitely shouldn't be sleeping with people that you don't want to have that long-term relationship with. Right. I'd say. Because, you know what, this kind of triggered something for me. Just like pissed me off a little bit because it sounded so stupid. But the girl was like, how dare they say I can't have an abortion? I ain't trying to be caught slipping with no F nigga or a guy.
But you're the one who let him in. Thing, huh? You the one that let him in.
You let him in. First of all, if you gotta have an abortion by this man, you
should have never.
You already got caught slipping. What is you talking about?
What are you saying about yourself?
But the temptation is real. Just speaking as a man, like, I don't know what it's
like.
The
temptation is real.
It is. So it's not like we just talking about people making conscious decisions. Like, if I see, hypothetically, I see her at the club or, wherever establishment, maybe have a few, like, I'm not thinking, ooh, long term, do I want to have a kid with this person? Or I'm not even thinking like, oh, it's possible for me to have a kid with this problem. I'm just like, yo, she got a fat ass. So, you know what I mean? Like,
and that's fine. You can do that. But you
gotta think deeper.
Strap up.
Right.
Strap up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Why you raw dogging these random chicks? Nothing in them and stuff. Like, I'm beyond why that even happens. Because I feel like even if y'all not married or y'all, it's some type of chemistry that y'all have. It's a relationship that y'all have. Y'all might not be where y'all want to be, but you can see yourself with that person. So why would you be letting off and just random chicks, leaving that possibility open? So we have to think about that. And we also have to think about protecting ourselves. Because me, as a female, if I did want to sleep with you on the first night, I'm going to have protection because I ain't trying to be connected to you like that. I'm not trying to be going to ask you for a certain amount of dollars to help with this abortion. I'm not trying to be coming out of my pocket for no abortion, and I'm not trying to be tied to you, period. Yeah. So if I want to live free and this,
but you realize though, even with a condom, you can still get pregnant. I'm saying, I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying,
I hear you, but
I guess all I'm saying is that's one method, and maybe that works for you, and maybe that's a better way of just going straight raw dog. But I feel like there's a best way, and the best way is when it takes place within marriage. You're committed.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
You signed on the line. You like, it's witnesses here to be like, yeah, y'all are married, and it's before God. And I feel like, I mean, I just had a daughter. You know what I mean? So a lot of this stuff, like starting the process from a different perspective. And it's like, man, I want to make sure it's a real one that's going to be there for her and already committed and put money on it. You know what I mean? Like, we from Africa. Like, Africa culture's like, yo, you got to put up money. You want to be with my daughter? Like, we need some sheep. We need goats. Like, you need to show that you going to be there before you even get to kick it like that. And I'm not saying like all the way on that side of the thing, but it's something to be said about sex with commitment.
Absolutely right.
Over a long period of time with the same person. Straight up.
Preach.
We've been preaching all day.
Preach. Young. Preach.
Okay.
Real quick. Right quick.
Real quick. So we got a couple other songs that we want to play from you.
A couple nuts.
What we got?
This one is, I want to, you know what? Which one I got on here? I got, I imagine you ain't send me City in the Sky, but that's cool because I really like that one.
Oh, you know about that?
I know about that one.
How did you find? Tell me what you. That's my joint right there.
Why you ain't
She did her trolling.
You know what I'm saying?
I like trolling, man. I thought trolling was a bad connotation. I could deal with some of that.
Control.
But we don't have that one here, but we definitely gonna get it, and we're gonna keep it on rotation, of course.
Okay.
But the next one we're gonna play is Underdog. So tell me what that's about.
Underdogs, man. The underdog becomes the overcomer. The last should be first. Underdogs for everybody out there that didn't get their fair shot, their fair shake, but still trying to overcome and make something out of nothing.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Hey, that City in the Sky though. When it's time for me to spit later on, we might have to hit a verse from there or something like that.
Okay.
I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blast.
My city waiting on the re-up. The glass half empty on my teacup. Posting outside the Galleria, close enough to watch him air dry the Mona Lisa. Okay. And we ain't finished, let me focus it. Recognize we ain't done with it till it's over with. God over everything and all of the spectrums. Let that marinate, especially in the desert, in the dirt, from the dust. We rise from the ashes, back, forth into the city. Look at it, we know heaven and earth. You swear we had a ladder. These pictures we paint, look at the photo we capture. Life looking right through broken glasses. Fractured, splattered, scattered. That was us. They don't know. They don't know, but they wonder. They wonder why the underdog becomes the overcomer. And they don't know, so I tell them why I'm yelling. I love it, never run from it. Phoenix out the ashes. Been on this road to redemption. Breaking ground is the sound that I live with. For the time did it, for the jurisdiction. Bird City citizen, city gon' remember this. Different side of the same coin sound different. Flip it over and show you how I die and I'm living here. And I rise to waving by through the drive-thru. The more I lose, the more I win. Play by our rules. Whatever you thought this way, this is not. When this ain't big, this is pot. This is boost to the ground, it's in my socks. This is red light stops and gunshots. The more that I know that we falling off, the higher we rise. Value your son, it's the life and times. And my creator making something new. You see me and see through.
I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is gonna change to we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, you know, give me all the food, and breaking out the door. And after a year, nigga, just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying?
Navigate the openings. I had it out and hope for this, pray for this. Slept and dream awake and I would take it chill. Build it, perfected the desert and lay it in layers, yeah. At the beginning, won't get it, but then I just hang in it. Then they rally round it, bragging who the loudest, visualize the picture I can see before it happened. Glamorous, you think it's sweet to see what was inside him. Had me at the party so that I could be pinata with us. I know the geographic, I plateau right before the valley. I know the geographic. How long is it lasting? They don't know, they don't know. They don't know, but they wonder. They wonder why the underdog becomes the overcomer. And they don't know, so I tell them. Tell them why I'm yelling. I love it, never run from me. Phoenix out the ashes.
I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. Sing my way in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is gonna change to we hungry, we need some food. Give me all the food, breaking out the door. And after a year, you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying?
What
we are back, girl. We are back. You took your potty back on
lose?
everything. No, I'm just playing.
You see how she tossed me under the bus and gassed.
No, it's only tossing you under the bus if you like really react to it.
It slammed on the gas. It slammed on the brake once she felt the humps under the tires. Threw me under the bus. But it's cool, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I had a good bathroom break.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. It's only throwing you under the bus if you really feed into what I just said. I said I was just playing, so I followed it with I'm just playing. But then you fed into it. You got in all in your feelings, all emotional and whatnot. Like,
do I ever truly get in my feelings?
Girl,
you know I'm not
you are in your feelings. You've been in your feelings all week. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
I can't stand this girl right now.
You know what I'm saying? So we are back. This is Code Red. I am O Honey Rollins.
Rita Ree. And
Jordan
we do
Taylor.
have our special guest. Go ahead, say it again. My bad.
Jordan Taylor.
Yes.
All right. Hey.
It's been a delight to have you here. And I just want to keep on reiterating that because I'm very grateful.
Yeah, this is dope. We got to do this again, too.
Yes,
anytime,
absolutely.
Actually,
absolutely now.
Okay.
Definitely
all right.
not.
So if we randomly hit you up on a Saturday, say, hey,
we need you to come through real quick.
I'm going to come through.
We're going to make sure we got some brown.
And I comp those tickets.
He keep on.
We're going to make sure we come through. I do
real.
absolutely want to apologize for not being able to make it.
Yes.
So
Publicly, I forgive you. You, on the other hand,
wait a minute.
You as well.
Okay. Because I'm sorry. It was just
a miscommunication.
Yes, it was.
That's what it was.
Don't trip.
Don't trip. Man, we'll buy the ticket. You know what I'm saying? We ain't like, hey, we just bring
I'm down to buy tickets. I'm supporting
if y'all come through.
Black artists. You know, anybody, black businesses. I'm into that.
Let's talk about that.
I'm not always asking for no discount. I don't want you to ask me for no discount. I'm not gonna ask you for no discount because I support you and what you're doing. So, you know, I know you track your website counts or whatever. So if you're saying that it was like 50 plus on there, that was me because I was going back and forth. I opened 5 different tabs. You know, I'm trying to do research and whatever. So that was me. I just wanted to throw this or that at you real quick.
Okay.
You know,
let's do it.
So toilet paper, under or over?
Ain't no preference.
You ain't
no
got
preference?
What? Maybe it's a girl thing then.
I be like, who did that?
Right. Why do you like yours?
Know a funny story though?
Yeah.
So I don't got no preference. I look at toilet paper like as long as it's there to do what it's supposed to do. Like, that's really all my priority.
As long as it's there.
But I was at this guy's house one time, and him and his wife, I knew they got like in a little, not an argument, it was all fun and games, but kind of, I like it over, you like it under.
Yeah.
And so what the wife said happened to go in that household. When I went to their bathroom, I did flip over the toilet paper one time I don't know.
Just to represent for the guys.
But yeah, it don't matter.
That's crazy.
My wife just texted me just now. She said over.
Yes. I say over too. Definitely. It must be just a girl thing. But even when I'm at other people's houses and they got it under, I sure flip it over.
You ever be at work and use the bathroom and be like, oh,
no, they got these technology toilet paper dispensaries that work. You gotta put your hand under and they give you a certain amount.
Wait,
you
that's
gotta
what
put
y'all have at work?
Girl, it's automated toilet paper. You gotta put your hand, like paper towels. You put your hand under there and you gotta get a little amount. Then you gotta remove it and then put your hand under it again if you want like double.
I am so flabbergasted
Girl, it's
right
too
now.
much.
You lying?
I'm dead. I'm dead serious.
Well, I'm dead.
I'm dead serious. So grits or oatmeal?
Grits.
Grits.
Okay.
And you know that's because he from Texas.
But with butter and sugar, not with salt and pepper.
Not with salt and pepper.
That's what my dad do. I don't know why he do that.
But you know, I kind of do all three of them.
You
Salt.
put cheese in it?
Yeah.
Yep.
You look like a cheese grit type of person, too.
Put cheese on everything.
Little scrimp on the side.
Everything. Oh yeah. You know I'm doing that in the morning, right?
What, tomorrow?
Yeah.
What?
Happy birthday.
What?
Okay, so this one is like a
morning.
little tricky one because I don't think it would be tricky for you, but just in general for the world, like money or love.
Oh.
Like in what content? Like what you mean?
Money or love. If you had to pick between the two, which one would you prefer?
Love. Yeah, love.
Really? Because I mean, it sounds like you had to think about it.
Well, no, I'm just wondering, like, you talking about like relationships, like with the homies, or like my view on
just
life,
if you
or
had to
like me
pick
and my wife, or
between
like
this or that. What
Yeah.
about you, Rita?
I thought it was all about Jordan at this moment.
she wasn't ready.
She going for the money.
Yeah, thankfully we don't have those options. We could get money and get love.
Right.
So.
I got a lot of love in my heart, so maybe I'm just okay with giving love. I'll take the money.
Okay. That's cool. All right, so we got one more song left. I just wanted to intervene with that real quick.
Okay.
Let me download this real quick. This last one is Booker T. Tell me about that.
Oh man, Booker T. So this joint right here is Tales from the South Side. It's a real life story about one of my first encounters with the South Side. And Booker T, man. It's Oh, I thought you was playing. I was gonna let it go.
I was about to.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
All these songs got Pac on the intro, man. That was kind of my influence for that particular project. And Booker T, man, Booker T. Washington, he was a dude that was kind of a figure that had a certain mentality about black advancement. Mm-hmm. And he had coined the phrase "crabs in a barrel," which just so happens to be a tattoo I got on my side. And the idea is when you trap crabs in a barrel, you can leave the top open because you could never get out because they pull each other down. Mm-hmm. And so with myself, what I try to do is make it out and throw the rope down. That's what the song's about. Booker T, let's get it.
And it's not just white men that's doing this to Brenda. And it's not just white men that's keeping us trapped. It's black. You know what I'm saying? We have to find a new African in everybody, in all of us.
Same day I got my tattoo on my side, told them put it on my ribs, Visited a Southside shop to get my car stocked with a new kid. That's what they did. Appointment in the city and another with the artist right near my mama's crib. That's where I live. I'm about to be late. If I don't make it in some minutes, then my artist be pissed. It's time ticks. I told them boys to stop. I gotta hop inside the car. We'll pick it up right where you left it. I won't be too long. Now it's out my Cadillac. The music happened stout. North Star in my engine. Had to push it to the wall from the 602 to the 480. Before I knew my way around, the quickest way to go on the go round. Nearly missed my appointment, but tattoos and ointment. He drew them crabs in a barrel and shades of black and gray, so it poke out. Told my artists make sure the one that make it out, throw a rope down. From the town to Mesa, from Mesa to the city, back and forth, forced the Cadillac to keep competing. Had to hold the faceplate, installation half was over, and that was back when we stuck tweeters on them window corners. I'm back in the shop now, I press pause, but I'm back now, back in the block, and brothers is working hard, installing my speaker box in the back. I'm posted up, copping the squat, I chop with the owner on some brother to brother, self-employed struggle on the humble on his hustle. Told me next door they money launder, and he ain't telling, maybe he just telling me he pondered. Didn't tell him then what I know now. I know how the underdog becomes the overcomer when it go down. He asked me where I went to and I told him. New tattoo, lifted up my shirt and showed him. Swollen crabs in a barrel and shades of black and gray, so it poke out. Told my artists make sure the one that make it out, throw a rope down. And Nothing like the feeling of new beats. Like you feel that kick like Bruce Lee. Riding through the south side of things. West Coast influenced us to hop out and leave while the wheels still moving. Windows and doors open. With my folks, we ghost rode the motor. New beats, told my partner where I got it from. Word on the streets is they were robbed for some. Someone had went into their entryway and stole their accessories. Left no hostages. You know the recipe. With no composite sketch. Now the owner's dead. And that's the one I met. That's the one I bet would thrive. I should have told him that. Drive by Southern, the building is still over there. To this day, the valley of the guns, they say. Where you can die by the gun if you don't live that way. Sold with the top off, crabs in the barrel don't never make it out. Hold each other down, prevent each other from coming up. So what it look like when one make it out? Throw the rope down. Crabs in a barrel and shades of black and gray so it poke out. Tell them all that I made it out so I could throw a rope down.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, sir.
Man.
This is awesome.
There it is. Street conscious, man.
This is
It
awesome.
is.
So we going into the 2017 year. Like, what's popping next year? What you got going?
I got a project called Rock Hustle. It's
Rock
a big
Hustle.
deal. The anticipation is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Rock Hustle. So I'm combining rock music with rap.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to say it's got the blood of rock music over some hip hop bones.
Mm-hmm.
Just something unique, something different than this molly popping trap stuff that's kind of current right now. I just wanted to challenge myself to work with more rock artists and still have like a legitimate hip hop vibe. You know what I mean? So that's definitely coming in 2017. I got episodes for it. I call them webisodes, where it kind of shows the creative process in about 3 minutes of making these tracks. And just the creative process that kind of goes alongside that. So I want to have visuals for each song. So yeah, 2017, man, Rock Hustle, be on the lookout. I'm really big on hustling. That's kind of like my flavor right now. You was talking earlier about black-owned businesses. Let me shout out a nonprofit organization. It's called Hustle Phoenix, where a lot of my motivation comes from. What Hustle Phoenix does is they take entrepreneurs, individuals who are looking to start their business, and it's a business accelerator. So there's 3 facets of it. There's the knowledge, where they teach you about how to write your business plan and how to market it and different things like that, study things. There's that. The second thing is they give you mentors, people who are successfully launched and work their own business to come alongside you and help you do yours. And the third thing is financial capital. So intellectual, social, and financial capital. HustlePHX.com. Make sure the listeners go there, check it out if you were interested in starting a business. They do that. So that's probably my biggest influence with this project. So with Rock Hustle, man, it's basically a project about hustling, about success. I feel like naturally, especially black people or people from the hood or people just in a bad circumstance are easily able to make something out of nothing. Like when you have lack of opportunity, you're able to create. So it forces you to create. Like our parents used to just say, hey, go make, what my mom used to say, she used to say, go entertain yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we
go find
like
something
have
to
to
do.
like create stuff. And so what's dope is to take individuals who are hustling drugs illegally, take them off the streets and give them a legitimate business. And so a lot of that's kind of intertwined in my project, Rock Hustle.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like it. And where can we find out about your latest, whatever you got going on, social medias? Where can we find you at?
Everything's Jordan Taylor Art, A-R-T. We keep it artistic. So Twitter, Facebook, website, Jordan Taylor Art.
All right.
Got it.
I feel like I can't leave without spitting.
You got to
You
spit.
can't.
I'm
You
ready.
absolutely cannot. Do you need a beat or you just going
I mean,
acapella?
I could do it on a beat if y'all got like some dope beats, unless you was about to beatbox for me.
Yeah, beatbox, Rita.
You want me to beatbox?
Yeah.
Whoa.
You got that wet mouth.
The what?
She thinks
Say
she's
what?
ready.
Low key, this whole time she been throwing you under the bus. We gonna have to
Thank you,
address
Jordan.
that.
Thank
I
you.
got you.
Jordan, as long as you seen
I
it,
got you.
I ain't worried about
It's
honey.
not. It's really
Y'all got
not.
instrumentals on there?
Pull
Nah, but I
one
can
out.
buy one
Yeah,
for
you
you.
can find one.
What instrumental should I pull up?
Shoot, whatever.
Because I would beatbox for you, but the way my brain is set up, it's not going to sound right.
Yeah.
You're like, is she skipping?
We might go to a commercial break or hit the, and we might have to find one, come back.
Okay, yeah, we're going to do that. Because we're going to need to talk about it. Because both of y'all seem real picky over there. Like, y'all complaining about me all day. Like, what did I do to y'all?
Ain't nobody sensitive.
Like,
Right now.
Right, you are in your feelings. The nerve.
Okay, let me erase
the nerve of this mother.
All right, so we're going to play a little music real quick, and then we're going to come in and let you do your thing.
We ain't ready.
Here we go.
Go.
Oh, I thought you was about to get something. Right. Like, hold on. Go ahead. You go
No. I'm just making sure I got this.
Yeah, look. Perpetual fears are moving backwards. Kept the car the same, but not the tax bracket. Got him to play the possum inside his Sonata. He really only need the wife to be the one to jock him. Seen the ballers ball out, wonder how it lasts stock in real estate. He learned from Biggie when he played it back. Never hit the table in Vegas, the city Pac was shot. He probably could visit now, the life policy got enough. A provider, he put his life for the wife in there. Still keep the gauge bedside, he like it there. Still keep something in savings for them retainers. False imprisonment, they try to make us sign the papers. 1/3 of my brothers already behind the cages. Every couple to make it mean another to get in danger. You rolling with your brodies in the vehicle, and it's 3 of you. Do the math behind the glass when they seeing you. Maybe it's the hustler. How the street conscious compliments me subconsciously. Amongst other things, God's provision, he must have given this dichotomy to me. Gave me the eye to see it wisely before it happened. Hopping fences while my Timberlands, they had them scratches. Glove box lock with penitentiary chances. Arms distant from the cop, remove the radar antenna. Exceptions to the rules always break them. The guilt of survivors rises higher up inside you when you famous. I'm fearful enough to see my obligations. Too much is given, much should be syndicated. God forbid if I ever lose sight of it. I would die before being high and mighty, admiring, looking down from where the pilots sit. Pioneers be the first ones. The irony of getting gold and some getting none.
Okay. Got intellectual on us.
You dope.
Oh, man.
And that's what I like about him.
I like your delivery.
Yo, keep it going. Adopted by the city, wasn't born there, but I grew in it. Swearing up and down, I'm from it. Though you know I moved in it. Repping harder proof, been in the pudding, I'm just spooning it. Border to borderline, sorta like a souvenir. Jealous for my city, we married, I see you flirt with it. Rose from the concrete, fertilize the earth with it. Waiting for the day to come, I'm impatient, I've been making something out of nothing, I'm on the pavement. Heaven has to chase me down, I do labor on the south. Built a house just to see the foundation. Love how it sit with me, something about the ownership. Owe it till it's over with, tell them I'm devoted here. Look at me growing a couple roses from the pavement. Picture me rolling the West Coast, know the language. This is me painting on canvas that wasn't thick enough. Put the city up on a squat rack to lift it up. Yeah.
Look at her.
Look at his face.
My God.
Man.
Dope. Like, I'm so proud. Like, you're my baby for real.
Man. Watching a young child bloom.
Yes. I just
this instrumental, man, just make it just...
To make you just want to keep going.
Man, it's crazy. It's classic.
Again, I'm happy that you came through.
Hey, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you so much. We're going to have to look in the calendar and pencil you in again ASAP.
Let's do it.
ASAP.
Code Red, man. I like y'all.
Thank you.
I'm glad you like us, because, you know, people think we real stuck up and we bougie and whatnot, but I'm a little bit ratchet, you know.
Shut up.
Wow.
But no.
I like y'all.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. You're doing your thing all up in the city, so we got to
appreciate it.
Man.
Hopefully we can see you tonight at the Christmas party. You all got a babysitter because you can bring your wife.
You know, we might have to do that. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll talk to her. I might be able to stop by on my man. Might just catch y'all on the flip side.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Whatever works.
Send me the info.
Yeah, whatever works.
I don't got an ugly sweater. All my sweaters look good, so I don't know if I can.
But we're going to go on the hunt today after this. And go look for an ugly sweater.
Yes. But you have been tuned in to Code Red. I am O Honey Rollins.
And I am Rita Reed.
Jordan Taylor.
You know, again, we are so blessed to have you, like, for real.
Hey, good
I'm
times.
glad I ran into you. But definitely, remember, tell your friend, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell a
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Code Red. Support District Radio,
My
Radio Phoenix.